Hi, welcome to Treasure Kingdom TV, and I am here to share my journey with you. It's been a very long, trying roller coaster, and I've been praying on this for a very, very, very long time, and God has been putting it in my heart that I have to tell my story. I have to tell my journey, and I have to let everyone know. This has been very, very hard for me to do um, because it leaves me vulnerable. It exposes my insecurities, my flaws, my faults, and everything. And um, through God's guidance, God spoke to me so heavy this morning. And I told him how afraid I was to put everything out, explain everything. And God spoke to me and told me very, very clearly. He told me if I take the first steps and I am obedient to him, that he will take my hand and he will walk me through and he will guide me the whole way. So this is definitely me just giving it all to God and praying and asking him that I am able to share my journey, that I can help as many people as I can to get out of toxic, unhealthy, negative relationships, situations. So my story and my journey is I was in a toxic relationship for 22 years. This is not easy for me. Today and yesterday have been very, very hard. I thank God I am no longer in that relationship. And some days are easy, some days are wonderful, and some days are really, really hard, even still. So I'm going to share with you the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm also want to encourage anyone who is going into a situation and they see the red flags. I'm going to help you the whole way through. If you are in a situation and you want to get out, I'm going to help and guide you through how to get out safely. And if you have just gotten out, or even a year later, and you're still in a stagnant place, not knowing and understanding why you are still feeling how you're feeling, I'm going to help you and hold your hand. God and I, we're going to help and guide you the whole way through to let you know that you are not alone and that you are loved and that you deserve better and that you are a part of the kingdom and that you have royal blood running through your veins. And because you are royalty, everything that is to come to you is to be only the best. And from today forward, that you only accept and receive the absolute best in your life. That is why I am sitting here today, because I want you to know that you are loved, you are special. You are a child of the Most High God. And He loves you more than anything in this world. And He wants you to love Him and rely on Him and have faith in Him and trust Him and listen to Him. He talks to you. If He doesn't talk to you, He may talk to someone else. But if He doesn't talk to you and He doesn't guide you, pray on it and ask for His guidance, and He will give it to you. I'm going to share how I lost 100 pounds in 6 months. So I'm going to go through my weight loss journey with you. If that's something that you're wanting and desiring to needing help with, I can help you. I'm going to share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly of my 22-year toxic relationship, where the person that I married, that I was involved with for 5 to 6 years, and then convinced me to get married and move to Florida, away from my family, away from my loved ones, away from my support team. And it didn't get better. It got worse. I'm going to share with you one time when I was pregnant and I lost the baby, and he whispered in my ear that he dreamt that the baby wasn't his. How he tried to steal my parents' home in the divorce. When he kicked my son out of the home for leaving a juice box on the counter. When he called my father and threatened to kill me, telling my father that if he has a bad day at work, when he comes home, what he's going to do to me. How he took out an insurance policy on my child, our child, behind my back. When he was watching videos of a man sharpening a blade every weekend. And when I asked him why he was watching the video, he just chuckled. It wasn't easy. And I stand before you and I tell you this. When I met this person, I thought I was in a great place, but I realized now I was lost. I was lost. And I was looking for validation. And this person came in, probably seeing that and knowing it. They are Satan's spawns. The person is a narcissist. I didn't know what that was, but I know now. I understand now. And there's checks all the way through. Maybe even a psychopath as well, accusing his sister's boyfriend at the time of molesting her daughter, which is his niece, talking bad about his family. Everyone in his family either robbed him, according to him, or has done something bad to him, and he is always the victim. How this man met a woman on a dating site, and 2 weeks after meeting this woman, started sending this woman money. 2 weeks after talking on a phone, sending this person money, and 9 months later, he moved her from Georgia, and as far as I know, they're currently living together. But I gotta tell you, I didn't have the strength. I left, but I left to tell him I'm not happy with how things are going, and if you don't change, we're not coming back. My daughter and I, we're not coming back. And I didn't understand then, but I know now. This person told me and did everything to get me to come back. Everything under the sun. And as soon as I came back, I broke my lease. I came back home. Maybe 3 weeks after I got back home, it started again. Went right back to who he was. And then 2 weeks, maybe a month later, is when he started dealing with this person on a dating site. Long distance on a phone. But I gotta tell you, it was the grace of God that put this man and this woman together. And I'm gonna tell you, God put these two individuals together to get this man out of my life. Get this man out of my life, because he knew I couldn't do it anymore. And nobody in this world can tell me that he wasn't gonna do harm to me and maybe even my 2 children. My daughter is his 100%. While I was pregnant with her, every day he told me that it wasn't his child, that it was my son's father's child. My son's father lives in New York. We live in Florida. Make it make sense. A psychopath. And I am to blame. I blame myself. And the reason why I blame myself is I kept expecting him to be better. I kept praying for him to do better, to change, for me to change. Because he would do these things and I would yell, curse, and scream. The same thing my mother did. And the same thing my grandmother did. I didn't realize that I had continued a cycle. My grandfather was one. My father's one. And I married a man just like my father and my grandfather. So I am here before you today, vulnerable. I'm going to bear it all, everything from A to Z, the wrong I did. I'm going to put it all on the table. But I'm also going to help that you see the signs and that you figure out a way to not get in. And if you're in, figure out a way to get out. These people are sent from the devil. They are the devil. They come into your life to kill, steal, and destroy every fiber of your being. If you're happy when you meet them, by the time everything is done, if you are not a child of God, everything in you will be stripped, because that's what they come to do. But there's a God, and he met someone who is the perfect mate for him. Perfect mate. And the reason why I say that, the things that this person has tried to do to me as a woman, only leads me to believe that when it goes south between the two of them, I pray for him and I pray for her, because I'm almost certain, I don't know her that well. I don't know her. I don't know her at all. But from the behavior that has been given, she's one as well. So they're a perfect couple. Because any woman that calls another, a man's wife, and tells the wife that the wife can't claim anything. She told me, I can't claim anything that's not mine. Be my guest. Have him. Take him. You're right. You're absolutely right. Obviously, he was hers before we got divorced. So if you're so happy to claim him as yours when he's another woman's husband, karma. Okay. Told me he was her husband. We were still legally married. He was still living in the home with us. But he was her husband. Okay. Take your husband. Take your husband. Have your husband. I hope the two of you live an amazing, happy, wonderful life. That's what I hope and wish and pray for you guys. This woman, according to the internet and the power, this woman called, said she was me, and told those two companies that I no longer needed the services to have them disconnected. So you call a company and say you're the wife and that you don't need those services anymore. But one thing I know for sure is she has not one but two girl children. She has two children, two girls. And unfortunately, there's a saying that says, sometimes the sins of a man will fall on his children. And what I would have, if I could ever get to speak to her, because he won't let me speak to her, because I'll tell her the truth. The truth will come out, because obviously he's lied that we weren't together. He was sleeping in the same bed with me every night. But that's okay. It's over. But at the end of the day, if a woman can call any company and say that they are the wife or the ex-wife and turn the services off, there's something wrong upstairs. Because if that were the case, I would tell him, you call them. I'm not saying I'm someone else that when I'm not doing that. But that would be me. I would never do that. And then I would say to him, your child lives with her. Why would you do that to her? Why would you? But obviously, this person, this woman, has an issue. And she's unhappy. She's unhappy because she wanted to make sure that he was hers. And she gets whatever comes with him. If you guys only knew. But it's important that we trust and honor God. Allow him to come in because God got this person out of my life. God got this person out of my life. God saw, and I told God, I can't do this anymore, God. During the divorce, he told the judge that I had an affair with my old boss in a hotel behind Bahama Breeze. So, my question is there, I never knew there was a hotel behind Bahama Breeze. You know there's obviously, you said it, so obviously there must be one behind Bahama Breeze. I never had an affair with anyone. I got one problem, but I need more for. I don't have time. I don't have time for that. That's not something. I'm not into playing games. But what I realize now is they always deflect and they put the blame on someone else when they're doing it. So if someone's always accusing you of something, whatever that something is, believe me when I tell you that It's not an insecurity. It's a deflection of what they are doing. They're telling you that they're doing it by accusing you of doing it. So we're going to go through this journey. I'm going to share everything with you. If you want to hear it, like, subscribe, comment. Tell me which stories you want to hear first. I'm going to give you motivation that you too can get out or not, or see the signs and not get involved, not stay 22 years in a chaotic, toxic, negative relationship with someone who is a demon child. Nothing made him happy. Nothing was ever good enough. Everything and everyone was a problem. But what this person did was they made everyone else outside feel that they were so nice. This person can fix anything. So if your car broke down and you needed help, you can call him. He's gonna go. He is gonna go. He's gonna help you. But I tell you what, the moment he gets in this house, he is talking about that person like they are lower than dirt. Anything and everything negative that he can say about that person. We have a friend, so I thought, who is been my friend since we moved to Florida. This person, he is obviously told a ton of lies to. This person is no longer my friend. Probably now a flying monkey. Okay. It was hard to accept, but it is what it is. And I continue to pray and ask God for his guidance, and to tell him that anything that doesn't belong to me, or doesn't enhance me, or doesn't love me, or respect me, or to be in a good sense for me, to remove it. Whatever that is, whoever that is. And I could not be sitting here talking to you about to expose a tumultuous 22-year relationship with complete strangers if it wasn't for the grace of God. God knew that this man was going to kill. He had all intentions on killing me and maybe my 2 children as well. No one in this world can tell me any different. And God saw and knew. And God had him leave, because God knew that if it was the other way around, he would have convinced me to come back, and I would have come back. And I forgot to mention, he pulled a machete on me, not once, but twice. And I accepted that disgusting behavior. not to mention all the things that has happened in the child custody and the divorce. I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it. So if you want to hear it, I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to share it. But I'm sharing it for one reason and one reason only. I don't want you getting in. And if you're in, we got to get you out. We got to get you out. God loves you. And He wants only the best for you. And He has mansions stored up waiting for you. But you have to take the first step. Don't be like me. So I'm working on rebuilding. I'm working on me. I now know self-love like nothing else. I love myself. And I love my children. And I never again, I want that my children see what a healthy, happy relationship is. And until I get that, I will stand alone, me and God. And I want to thank God. I want to thank my mother, my sister, and my godmother, and my god sister. When I was in a bed, couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, trying to figure out how all that I accepted from this person and this person took up and left me for dead. But He didn't leave me for dead. God woke me up and said, get up, stand up, my child, I love you. Now you can live. Now you can move forward. Now you can have whatever it is that you want. Because Satan is no longer in your life. He tried to manipulate my daughter against me. He told my daughter that if he hadn't moved out, my son and I would have been dead. He told my daughter that he's sorry that I'm her mother. But what he didn't realize and still doesn't realize, now my child doesn't want to be with him, doesn't want to be around him. When she would go, he would take her phone away from her, make her cry the entire time, put her to sleep in a pissy bed, and then leave her with strangers. So he tried to manipulate my child against me, and it backfired, and now my child doesn't want to go with him. And I've been trying to tell the courts this, and the courts are saying that I'm the problem because obviously he's telling the courts that. But one thing I know, who God bless, no man can curse. So no matter what he tries to do, no matter what stones he tries to throw, no matter what dirt he tries to throw, the whole world could believe him. It doesn't matter to me anymore. It used to matter, but it doesn't matter anymore. What matters is God knows that I was a good wife and that I accepted things that I should have never accepted. So like, subscribe. There's more to come. Stay blessed, and remember, you are part of the kingdom.